Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Hawaii ICAC Virtual College Fair. We have an awesome program for you this afternoon. We have a great list of institutions for you to hear from in a really fun format. This is called a 6x6, which means every institution has only 6 minutes to share about their institution. So it's a great way to learn about multiple schools at once. So a couple of housekeeping items. Your camera and your microphone are off because this is a webinar, so our panelists cannot see or hear you. Sign up for more sessions. There's still 2 more hours worth of these great college search options for you after this. And this is being recorded tonight and will be available at strivescan.com/Hawaii. Lastly, we know that you're going to have questions, and so don't hesitate to put your questions in the Q&A at any point. You don't have to wait for a certain college or university to present before you list your questions, but type out your question and then also list the college or university that you're directing your question to so that our panelists can answer appropriately. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to them. You're first going to get the opportunity to hear from Suffolk University. Take it away whenever you're ready.
Courtney. All right, I'm going to share my screen with you all. All right. Okay, so 6 minutes. I'm going to give you all the quick facts that I can about Suffolk University. As Courtney said, my name is Olivia Harris. I'm the admissions counselor that works with all applicants from Hawaii. So nice to meet you all. I'm always here as your point person through your whole journey. So if you need anything, now you know me. So Suffolk University, we are located right smack in the middle of downtown Boston. So we're very much an urban campus, a city school. I have a little map so you can kind of get an idea of what we look like here. We're very much a campus that's not gated in whatsoever. We're very much woven into the fabric of the city. So when you're a student at Suffolk, the city really influences, your academic experience, your social experience, every element of your college experience. Boston is the undertone there. I've included some photos to give you an idea of what it looks like when you're on our campus. If you look in the bottom right-hand corner, that's a photo of one of our lounges in one of our 5 residence halls. So coming from Hawaii, you have a place to stay. You'll easily, find a dorm with a roommate that will be taken care of once you arrive here on campus. Another note for you all as well, I know coming from Hawaii, you're probably thinking about travel. We're about a 10-minute T ride, which is our subway up here from Logan Airport. So it's very easy for you all to hop on a plane, fly to Logan, and then be back home on campus in a 10-minute Uber or 10-minute T ride. So super accessible, getting around the city as well as getting in and out. Now for academics here at Suffolk, we have about 5,000 undergraduate students here broken between 2 colleges. So we have our College of Arts and Sciences and then our Sawyer Business School. Sawyer Business School is exactly what the name sounds like. It houses all of our business programs. So whether you're thinking marketing or finance, that would be your school. If you're thinking about majoring in anything from interior design to biology, you'd be housed in our College of Arts and Sciences. Definitely has our most diverse range of programs. Despite the fact that they're separate, it's very easy to major and minor between the colleges. So you're definitely not locked in to just learning about one field. You have the opportunity to learn in between all the courses that we offer between the colleges. Here at Suffolk, the way that we approach education is very much hands-on. So you'll be in a small class size. Typically, it's around 21. You'll be doing group projects. You'll be working with companies in your field to really get that knowledge, by doing versus just sitting in a lecture hall. Student to faculty ratio is about 15:1, so the community is definitely tight, both academically and socially. When you are at college, it's not just about being in classes all day. And here at Suffolk, there are many things to do when you're not in the classroom. So we have over 120 different student organizations. These range from as many as you can imagine. So we have interest-based clubs, we have identity-based programs. So, think Black Student Union, Asian Student Union. We also have leadership development programs, plenty of volunteer programs. So anything that your interest guides you to, we definitely have a community for that here on campus. We also have sports. We are Division III. So if you are someone who's thinking about playing at the collegiate level, we're always open to talking and see if you might fit our program. So definitely keep that in mind if that's part of your journey and what you're looking for. Another thing to note about Suffolk is we have a pretty robust study abroad program. We do have a campus in Madrid, Spain, in addition to our campus in Boston. So if you're someone thinking that, you want to get the experience, an immersive European experience, you can definitely do that with us. You can actually apply directly out of high school to start at our Madrid campus. Some students will do 2 years at our Madrid campus, 2 years in Boston. Some will do just a semester in our Madrid campus, the rest of the time in Boston. And then if you're thinking about international relations, you can actually spend all 4 years studying in Madrid. So plenty of opportunities to really get that way. We also have a more traditional study abroad program. So there's really no shortage of, getting out and seeing the world in any way that you'd like. Another thing to note is that our campus community here in Boston, our undergraduate population, about 25% are actually international students. So whether you just come to Boston or whether you leave our campus and explore through study abroad, you're definitely going to develop those global connections, no matter how you go about it, just being a part of our community. I imagine many of you are juniors, so it might feel a little early for these talking points, but I just want you to know a few things about our application process. We're pretty standard. We accept the common application, so you're welcome to use that to apply. The important thing to keep in mind is we are test optional, so we do not require an SAT or an ACT score at any time. It's really up to you whether you want to submit that, but we really don't need it. So it won't hinder you if you don't submit one, and it won't hurt you if you decide to. It's really about how you want to present yourself as an applicant. We have two different application deadlines. We have an early action deadline and we have regular decision. Both are non-binding. So the only difference is if you apply at that earlier deadline, you know that you're in earlier. So really to your advantage, but both those deadlines work for us. Financial aid is a big, it's a big part of the college process. So here at Suffolk, we have merit-based scholarships and need-based. When you apply to be a student at Suffolk, you will automatically be considered for merit aid. And then the other element of financial aid is need-based. So we only require the completion of the FAFSA form to be considered for any aid outside of that merit. So I know that was a lot of info, 6 minutes. I really wanted to give you all that I could, but feel free to shoot any questions to me in the Q&A, and I will also put my contact information in the chat. Again, feel free to always reach out. I'm happy to help.
Olivia, thank you so much to you and Suffolk University. You guys are going to get a great taste of a lot of wonderful cities during this season or during this presentation. So next up, you're going to have the opportunity to hear from Goldsmiths University of London.
Hello, everyone. My name is Will. I'm the International Officer at Goldsmiths University of London. I am personally based in Brooklyn, but Goldsmiths is, as our name suggests, located in London, England. We were founded in 1891, and we have been part of University of London since 1904 as a constituent college of the larger university. We have around 10,000 students on our campus, extremely diverse. Nearly 35% of our population is from outside of the UK, from over 140 countries. Our faculty and students speak over 80 languages. More than half our students are students of color. We have one of the most sizable LGBTQ+ populations on our campus in the UK. Also realizing that my share is not going right.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Let's try that again. Okay, it keeps not sharing. That's fun.
Technology, right?
Yeah, this is the first time this has ever happened. Okay, let's.
Do you want me to move on to the next school and you can come back?
1 second. I think I figured it out.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah, it's just not liking full screen for some reason. Maybe, yeah, if you don't mind. Sorry.
Yeah.
Next person.
So let's move on to the University of Tampa, and then we'll take you after Sterling College, if that's okay.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, no problem.
All right, so let me open up my presentation.
The University of Tampa.
All righty. Hopefully everyone can see mine. Okay.
Perfect. Yes.
All right. So my name is Shannon Rutledge. I am an admissions counselor at the University of Tampa, and I do look over the whole state of Hawaii. So hopefully we'll be working together. This is my contact information, but I'll share it at the end as well. So a little bit about the University of Tampa. We are located in downtown Tampa and in Tampa Bay, which also makes up St. Pete and Clearwater. We have about 9,700 or 9,600 students, and about 1,000 of those are in graduate studies. So we're a medium-sized university. We're also an independent university, so we don't have any political or religious affiliation. And we are a private school. So our tuition is the same if you're coming from in the state of Florida or from out of state. We are part of the NCAA Division II sports, except for our women's sand beach volleyball. We are Division I. And like I mentioned, we are located in downtown Tampa. So we like to say that we have the best of both worlds, being located in the downtown area. However, we do have our campus kind of separated. So our campus isn't really spread out through a downtown area where you'll have to kind of travel a lot to get from class, you'll all be able to get to class on roads that are not busy at all, and it's kind of separate in that way. So it's nice to get the best of both worlds with downtown right across the bridge. We do have over 200 areas of study, so most of our freshmen are coming in undecided, but there's plenty of room for growth. You'll get an academic advisor who can help you navigate this, but you'll also take a lot of variety of courses to help you find your passion. Our average class size is about 22 students, so this is nice because that keeps our faculty to student ratio low. So your professors will really get to know you and your goals, and they'll also get to know you as a person. They'll get to help you find your internships and potential jobs. 90% of our faculty have their PhD or terminal degree. So we don't utilize any TAs or graduate assistants to teach our courses. So when you come to class, you'll be learning from a professor with a wealth of knowledge in your area of passion. And we were ranked the best college campus in Florida. So definitely come and visit us if you ever get a chance. We are doing in-person tours. We believe in hands-on learning at UT, so most of our programs do require an internship. We have a career service center that can help you find these internships, and we offer over 1,000 on campus and off campus. We have a variety of ways to learn for hands-on learning on campus as well. Here are a few ways that are showcased. We have a mock hospital on campus. We also have a fabrication lab, which is one of 7 in the US. We also have a marine field station, which is nice for anyone who's interested in marine sciences. We have a pitch room, which is set up like Shark Tank, and we also have a financial trading center. So something to look forward to for really putting those classwork into real life experience. Sorry, I'm gonna skip through that part. So as a student here at UT, our motto is to love where you live and learn. We have over 200 student organizations to get involved with. We have 27 dining options on campus, and we also have a variety of different residence halls to enjoy. That being said, we also have a couple cool study abroad options, which include a traditional study abroad. We also have travel courses, and we also have something called the semester at sea, where you get to travel on a cruise ship and do your studies on the cruise ship, and then you'll dock at 14 different ports around the world. Here are some deadlines to pay attention to for anyone who is a junior here. Definitely pay attention to that early action 1. It's definitely the best way to get all your materials in and get that early action decision. We are a non-binding school, so if you get accepted, you're not required to attend. We require a personal essay, official high school transcript, and a letter of recommendation. We are going test optional up until spring of 2023, so there's no need to send it in. If you'd like to, you can, but it won't be evaluated in the process. We accept the Coalition app, the Common app, and the UT app. And then here's my contact information once again, so feel free to reach out with any questions, and I look forward to working with you.
Shannon, thanks so much to you and the University of Tampa, and thanks for being
Thank
flexible
you.
and hopping in. We really appreciate it.
course,
So
thank you.
traveling from Tampa, one great city to another one, I want to introduce to you the Butler University. Don't forget, you can put your questions in the Q&A at any time. Just type out your question, and then of course indicate the college or university that you're directing your question to. Take it away, Tim, whenever you're ready.
All right. Okay. Great. Well, aloha. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tim C. I would be your admission counselor for Butler University. Butler is a small to mid-sized private liberal arts school located just about 5 miles north of downtown Indianapolis, which you can see in the distance here. Your host for all of March Madness this year for any basketball fans. I mentioned we're a small to mid-sized school, so about 4,600 undergraduate students. We are predominantly an undergraduate school, only about 500 grad students in a given year. So that really is the vast majority of our student experience. I obviously don't have time to highlight all of our academic programs, but particular areas of strength in business, performing arts. We're one of the best ballet schools in the country, health sciences and pharmacy, just to name a few. But overall, definitely that smaller classroom experience. No TAs, like I heard for UT as well. So definitely getting that face-to-face with professors at all times. And again, something that kind of applies to all of our majors on campus. We were founded on two sort of guiding principles in 1855. One, everyone deserves the right to an education, and two, experience is the best teacher. So woven into the curriculum for every single major that you're going to find on Butler's campus is some kind of experiential learning opportunity. Internships is a big part of that. We've got about 2,000 internship partners in Indianapolis. 2 are required for all of our business students, just for example. Studying abroad will be another example. Undergraduate research, we're a great school for undergraduate research. Clinical rotations, some kind of hands-on learning opportunity. That's very much what we're trying to accomplish with all of our majors. The last 10 years have been a real period of growth for Butler, coinciding with our back-to-back Final Four runs for men's basketball in 2010 and 2011. Ever since then, we have become a majority out-of-state school. About 60% of our students are coming from out of state. We've grown about 1,000 students, coming from much, more broadly around the world than before, but also adding a lot of new buildings to campus. So some of those listed here, that South Campus, our College of Education was able to move into brand new facilities. We opened up a second lab school in downtown Indianapolis for the College of Education, brand new building for our Lacey School of Business, brand new science complex under construction right now, and then not even listed here, 2 new dorms, a new performing arts center, a couple of new restaurants on campus. Just the last 10 years has been this big booming growth for our school. It's been a really cool time to be on campus. And speaking of campus, I just felt like there weren't a lot of pictures in the other slides that I had. So I wanted to show you a little bit because we have this big, beautiful campus, park-like. It's big for a school of our population. And that's one of the things about Butler that I like, is this kind of mix between big school and small school. It doesn't feel small when you're outside of the classroom, and it's the combination of the campus, the school spirit. We're a Division I school in a major conference, in the Big East Conference. Seeing a game at Hinkle Fieldhouse is one of the coolest things around. But it's that combination of big campus, big school spirit, and then being just outside of a big city, not a huge city, but certainly a major city, that makes us feel like a bigger school than we are. But the real reason that you want to come to Butler is we have a cute mascot, Butler Blue the Fourth. I'm told that people like dogs, so I figured it was a good idea to throw a picture up here. He's a good follow, a decent follow on Instagram if you're so inclined. Elsewhere, living on campus, we require 3 years of on-campus housing at Butler. It definitely contributes to the community feel that you feel on our campus. One of the things that I really want people to know about Butler, just in terms of a campus personality, is that it's so welcoming, it's so friendly. That is always the first thing I hear from families that come visit, is they say, I can't believe how nice everybody was. And I think part of that is because of the on-campus housing for 3 years. But what's important to you maybe is what those places look like. We have a bunch of new dorms on campus. They're mostly all suite style, like this one, Irvington, which is a first-year dorm. Suite style meaning you've got a bathroom in your room there. This is a look at Fairview, which is a sophomore dorm, also brand new, which is maybe more apartment style, you could say. But again, just lots of really nice facilities, new apartments for juniors and seniors that went up about 8 years ago. So lots of cool stuff, cool new stuff on campus. And then I just want to hit a couple of important items about the application, timeline, things like that. First off, I want to mention we admit students directly into a major program, so some are more competitive than others. If you're interested in health sciences, pharmacy, biology, or chemistry, those tend to be the most competitive majors that we have on campus. So you want to be on the closer to the high end numbers here. But what I really want you to know, we accept the common application. It's free to apply. We're test optional. That's the case permanently. And if you are interested in Butler, I highly recommend that you apply by November 1st, our early action deadline. That's non-binding, but there's some significant benefit, especially from a scholarship perspective, if you apply early. So that's the biggest reason I say apply early. And then with whatever remaining seconds I have, I just want to leave this up on the screen in case you want to take down my information or scan that QR code. But again, I would be your admission counselor. I'm more than happy to help should you have any questions about Butler throughout your college search. Thanks so much.
Tim, thank you so much to you and Butler University. Next up, I have the pleasure of introducing to you Maryville University in St. Louis.
I just got to remember to unmute myself and do everything. Oop, get on camera here. All right. Thank you, everybody. Hopefully you can see my screen.
We're all good.
All right. Welcome. My name is Dennis Jones. I'm the West Coast Regional Director of Admissions for Maryville University. So I am based in California in the Bay Area. I work with all of our Hawaii students. I've been working with Hawaii students for a couple different universities for more than 20 years, even though I know I look, super young, right? Maryville is an independent private university located about 20 minutes west of downtown St. Louis, 15, 20 minutes, airport, 15, 20 minutes, not a big traffic city. So we don't get Honolulu traffic or the Bay Area traffic I get here in California. Good mix of students, about 2,900 to 3,000 traditional undergrads. We're actually the second fastest growing private school in the country right now. A lot of that's online growth, but 16% more on the freshman side in 2019 and 7% growth in the middle of the pandemic here in fall of 2020. And you can see all 50 states, 58 countries on campus. Our third most freshmen in the last 5 years have actually come from California. So we get a ton of West Coast students. Average class size of 15, 150 clubs and organizations. So really hard to be a Maryville student and not be involved. 90 plus academic programs. And I like the picture here because this is one of my students from Oahu who big surfer. She figured out she can snowboard behind Saints Hall. It's our newest residence hall. 90 plus academic programs. I'm not going to run through them all. Our most popular probably with Hawaii students in particular, probably nursing, direct entry, nursing, physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech language pathology, cybersecurity, sports business are very popular as well. They're both business programs. Any of our business programs, you can do your bachelor's and master's in 5 years. Brand new all in-house computer science program. We're actually a direct partner with Apple. We're one of 9 Apple distinguished schools in the entire country. And that just means Apple recognizes us for our innovation and use of technology in and out of the classroom. But lots of business majors, lots of health science majors, almost double the national average to med school this fall. We're one of very few schools our size to have a cadaver lab on campus. But we also have criminology, criminal justice, a big art and design area. So kind of something for everybody. Just again, a small snapshot of some of our direct partnerships. So our students, much like some others have mentioned, we're all about experiential learning and hands-on and outcomes based so that our students have job opportunities waiting for them when they graduate. And actually, as a parent of 2 Maryville students, both my daughters from California out there, the job placement and outcome rates are important to me for sure. I'm looking forward to getting them off my payroll. 22 D2 sports. We're part of the biggest Division II conference in the country, the Great Lakes Valley Conference. Pretty much everything but football. You can kind of see there, we did partner with the city of Chesterfield and built a brand new $20 million ice hockey facility, which ice hockey is probably not going to help me in Hawaii a whole bunch. But men's and women's ice hockey and men's club volleyball will both be playing actually Division I schedules beginning in fall of 2022. 2-year-old or less facilities for pretty much everything except our court sports. And we're getting ready to renovate our gymnasium as well. And much like Butler University, super modern, new campus the last 10 years or so for us, brand new health science building, athletic facilities, business facilities. We gutted our dining hall. We put a Starbucks in, which my kids destroy their meal plans at. So super, super modern campus. I mentioned Apple Distinguished School. All traditional full-time undergraduate students receive the iPad. I think it's still the Generation 7 with the pencil. Students, you know better than I do. You can drag video in, content, you can take notes, you can turn your homework in. You will use it. It's not a bribe or a gimmick, and it's yours to keep after graduation. And we pay for 90, 100 apps, Quizlet, Notability, some by major. And so they're all on there and ready to go for you. And our students can choose ebooks or hard copy books as well, or mix thereof, whatever you're more comfortable with. Life coaches for all of our traditional undergraduate students. They're your one-stop shop. They're there to help you with the transition to college, your first semester or year. They're going to make sure you're in the appropriate major, have the appropriate internships or observation opportunities. And really they're one-stop shop if you just need to change class, don't like your roommate, having a bad day, whatever. They are absolutely terrific. My daughters love their life coaches. We're pushing 97.8 actually these days career success rate. So I guess I can round that up to 98%. That just means our students are employed, grad school, med school, law school, joined the Peace Corps. They're doing something within about 6 months of graduation. And usually it's quicker than that. And again, you can see 16% higher than the national average there. We're all about outcomes for our students when they graduate, which again, parents I think appreciate now, students appreciate later. Cost, we dropped the cost. Our president announced we dropped it by 5% about a month before school started, which I'm sure made our business office real happy. And we're committed to dropping it by another 15% over the next 3 to 5 years. So really becoming affordable and accessible to everybody is our goal. Merit scholarships, GPA or test score, we've been test optional for 5 years and will continue to be so. We're kind of an OR school, so GPA or test score is what your merit scholarship will be based on. And these are just automatic scholarships. We have a ton of financial aid available, as my Chihuahua barks in the background. Apply online, it's free. Coalition app, our app, common application. I mentioned we're test optional. Check out our Maryville Live series, Sneak Peek Wednesdays. My contact information here and the QR code if you want to scan it real fast before I leave the screen. All right. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate your time.
Dennis, thank you so much to you and Maryville University. Next up, you guys are going to have the opportunity to hear from Sterling College. Whenever you're ready, take it away, Jimmy. We can't hear you, Jimmy. We cannot hear you. I think that's what you asked. Yep, we can't hear you yet. Why don't we go ahead and go with Will again from Goldsmiths, and Jimmy will come back to you if you want to maybe drop off and rejoin. I'm going to go ahead and introduce Will again from Goldsmiths University of London.
Hey, everyone. Hopefully this will work now. Give me 1 second. Okay. Oh my gosh. Wow, we are just batting 1,000 today, huh? Okay, I'm just gonna do it from this screen if that's all right.
Yeah.
Okay, so my name's Will. Welcome back to Goldsmiths University of London. We are a top-tier public research institution located in London, England. As I mentioned before, I'm not going to really go through this slide again, but I will point out our Green New Deal, which is we have committed to carbon neutrality by 2025. And to that end, we have banned beef on our campus. We have banned single-use plastics and divested our endowment from fossil fuels, among other things to contribute to that initiative. Our campus is located about 10 minutes southeast of the city center of London. As you can see, we're really close to all the sites. Also great access for all the internships and work placements that we offer at Goldsmiths. Our campus is a single site. All your courses will be held inside this yellow dotted line here. And we have a college green. You can take advantage of some of London's sunnier days. Your residence halls are located both on and just off campus. So super easy to navigate, get to class very easily. Our academics are focusing on the fine and performing arts, humanities, social sciences. We have undergraduate business and management, entrepreneurship. We're very well known for our communications and media program, which includes our Screen School for Film and Television and also our journalism school. We are ranked 12th in the world for that. And art and design as well. We are ranked 15th in the world for those programs. We're also number 21 in the UK for the quality and international certificates of our research. and we are ranked amongst the world's top 100 universities for the fine and performing arts and humanities as well. And 8 of our 18 departments are among the world's top 50. So all of our academic programs are housed in 3 different faculties. We have around 75 programs total. At Goldsmiths, you apply directly to a degree program. So you'll have to apply directly to, let's say, computer science, if that's what you're looking to study. Our degrees are 3 years in length. So in England, we have a shorter bachelor's program. That means there's no general education or core curriculum. So you're only going to be studying courses in the field that you've chosen. So let's say, you've taken enough math, you're done with it in high school, you don't want to touch another math class. That's great. You can major in anthropology and you'll never see math again. So it's a little bit different from what you might be used to, but some students really like that you can immerse in a subject and undertake research from year 1. Our entry requirements are pretty simple. We are test optional for this year and next. We do require a 3.0 unweighted GPA to apply, and our application is through UCAS, which is the University and College Application Service. This is an aggregate application for all universities in the UK. I'm happy to answer specific questions about UCAS, but I won't bore you with the details of the application now, but you can definitely email me with questions. Our cost is generally pretty similar to out-of-state public or private institutions in the US, actually significantly cheaper. Our total cost of attendance, which includes tuition, housing, food, transportation, visa fees, health insurance, everything taken into consideration when going to school, is around $36,000 to $39,000 per year. We also do accept federal loans and plus loans, and we do give out smaller scholarships to international students as well. And you can definitely apply for those. Our accommodation is going to be mixed gender. We do guarantee accommodation for you in year 1, and then you'll typically move into private housing. We have suite style housing that will provide you a shared kitchen and living space with a suite of students, and then you'll have your own room with your own bathroom. So much different than the communal dorming style you might be familiar with in the US. And we also do provide support from our career service for up to 3 years after you graduate. You can also partake in the post-study work visa, which will let you live and work in the UK for up to 2 years after graduation. We have one of the highest placement rates in London. Over 90% of our students find work or enter postgraduate study in their field within 6 months. And we also have a really high entrepreneurial rate. About 15% of our students start their own business within 1 year of graduation. And we also have tons of clubs and societies you can join as well, over 120 different activities and over 20 sports options for you. Soccer is obviously very popular, as is tennis, rugby, all of the traditional UK sports. But if you have any other questions about coming over to the UK for school, my email address is here, and you can definitely go on our website and look at our virtual tour as well. I'll drop a link in the chat for you all. And thank you so much for bearing with me and my technical difficulties.
Will, it happens to the best of us. There's no doubt about it. It looks like our friend from Sterling College hasn't been able to rejoin. So instead, I'm going to have all of our panelists go ahead and turn back on their cameras, and they're going to tell you a little bit more about their institutions. So I'm going to ask them first a question. Let's see, I'm going to share my screen real quick here. Either what is your favorite event or tradition on campus, or give an interesting or fun fact about your school. And we'll go in the same order that we presented, which this round was a little bit more difficult. So Suffolk, Goldsmiths, University of Tampa, Butler, and Maryville. So we'll start with Suffolk first.
Great, yeah. So there are definitely a lot of traditions that I'd like to highlight, but I think my favorite is the freshman boat cruise. So when you come to Suffolk, your first week in August, you're getting used to campus, starting to meet people. You're offered to go on a boat cruise around the Boston Harbor. So, it's at night, all the buildings are lit up. You really get to see the skyline of the city that you're going to live and inhabit for the next 4 years while, making those connections in your community. So it's pretty cool. I think it's a cool way to get to know people.
Absolutely. Goldsmiths.
All right. A fun fact about us is perhaps maybe our alumni network is really extensive. We have the most Turner Prize winners of any university in the UK, which is the most premier art prize in the UK. Also several Mercury Prize winners, which is kind of like the Grammys for the UK. We have 55 Nobel laureates among the University of London's alumni as well, and many heads of state. So yeah, it's a fun fact.
University of Tampa.
So I would say probably one of the most fun events that we put on every year is our Party in the Park, which is right on campus. We have it's called Plant Park. So we'll have our students come, and we always have someone come, a big name artist come and get to perform. And it's a great way for our students to come together, but also enjoy some live music right in the setting of downtown Tampa.
Very cool. Tim from Butler.
Yeah, I will. I've got probably, like my colleagues, a handful of fun facts that I cycle through, but in honor of it being tournament time and there being tournament games on our campus, I'm gonna go with a basketball one. The orange basketball, the idea to dye the basketball orange, that was invented by Tony Hinkle, famed basketball coach and athletic director from Butler University. Before that, it was brown and it blended in with the court, and nobody could see it. So it was his idea to dye it orange.
And a host of the tournament this year, and which is really exciting. Cool. Dennis from Maryville.
Awesome. Yeah, I got a slew of events, but I'm going to go with a fun fact that I left out, and that's, maybe it's the parent in me of 2 kids, but we have a 1 fee system. So maybe only school in the country, or one of very few, where all the your cost for the year is actually your cost for the year. It's everything included: books, iPad, room, food, laundry, parking, Wi-Fi, tutors, printing. Again, as a parent, I am not dropping, I don't know, $2,000 to $4,000 for my kids on books per year. So it's kind of awesome, kind of therapeutic.
Absolutely. So while I have you experts on the screen, I'm going to ask you one last question because we have still some time. Most of our students listening are probably going to be juniors, sophomores, maybe younger. What advice would you give someone going through the college search process, either as a student or a family member? And we'll go in that same order.
Definitely. I think the biggest piece of advice I can give, something that I didn't do during my college process, but now I wish I did, is really take advantage of the admission officers. You'll see us, through this whole process. You're going to get emails from us. You're going to get sick of us, but definitely reach out to us, talk to us, ask us questions, because we know what we're talking about when it comes for institutions. So, use us. We're here to help. We're not gatekeepers. We're definitely just resources.
I love that. Will?
Yeah, great point, Olivia. And I'll add a little bit to that and just say, we are here to help you get into college. We're not looking for reasons to reject you. We are looking for reasons to accept you. But also, it might not be in the cards to do a 3-year degree abroad. It's a big leap and it's not for everyone, but a lot of the schools here mentioned they have study abroad opportunities, and pretty much every university does. There are some great opportunities for scholarships. Diversity Abroad is a great program and a website that will help you find opportunities as well. So really try to get out there and see something new, see something different.
I would say the biggest thing would be just to trust your gut and be yourself. But also, I would say really pay attention to those deadlines. And if you're really passionate about a school, try to get in the early action deadlines, because really it's the best way to put your best foot forward and make your goals come true.
You are the best you there is, right?
Exactly.
Tim?
I would also say, don't be afraid to consider schools you've never heard of. It's really easy to only go with what you know or look at what you know. And I think that's one of the things that's cool about working with students from Hawaii is if I'm talking to you, you're probably not afraid to travel. But yeah, that's one thing that I didn't necessarily do. Look around, consider schools that you didn't think you were going to.
Holy cow, there's over 3,500 colleges and universities in the United States that students can take advantage of, which is super, super fun. Finally, Dennis from Maryville.
Yeah, I think everybody's spot on, and I stole my thunder, but I would agree with what everybody said. But I guess, we're in some strange times, obviously, and haven't gone through that with my younger daughter. Last year, it's a process. Let it work for you. Apply where you're interested. Again, mission counselors are awesome. Like Will said, we're not gatekeepers. We're here to help you. Let the process work for you. It will. Apply early. Give yourself some peace of mind, and don't stress on it. The process will work for you.
Can I ask ask you guys a question, and don't feel like you all need to answer, but as a student from Hawaii, you might, even in a normal year, you might not have the opportunity to visit before you're admitted, or you might not visit before you come for orientation. So what are some great ways that students have to experience college life at your institutions? How can they find out about the personality of your school without making that first visit? And I'll just open that up to whomever wants to respond.
I would like to share, but I don't want to steal anyone. Okay, so we are doing on-person visits, or on-campus visits, of course, but I know that's not necessarily accessible for everyone. So we have virtual visits that you can do, and also you can reach out to me. I'm the special visits coordinator at UT. So you can always set up a special visit virtually, and you can talk to a professor or a student from your intended major. You can get some inside looks onto the campus, and it's a great way to see it from your home state.
I'll jump in, I guess. I don't want to cut anybody off either. But I have some go-to students, a graduate student, engineering. She's working in engineering in St. Louis, Marianne from Waipahu High School, Travis from Marinel's in our office. We also have some current students that we can connect you with just to give you a better idea about the transition. And I've also had a student a few weeks ago sit in on one of our HAPA Club, Hawaii Pacific Islander Club meetings, Zoom meetings. So there's a bunch of different ways.
Yeah, a lot of colleges have virtual tours. I linked to ours, for instance. You can also do like a day in the life. So if you have a particular major or program you're looking at, you can kind of check out what a student might be doing on our campus for each program. Other options, like some universities in the UK offer taster courses. So as a high schooler, you can kind of like sit in on a like pseudo college level course that our faculty put on. So that's a great way to also kind of get a vibe for what the faculty are doing, looking at research and things like that as well.
Definitely, I think everyone's making great points. And just one quick thing, don't be afraid to check social media. Like, don't be afraid to type in a university, check out a hashtag, see what current students are saying so you can really get that feel. Of course, we're always here to help, but definitely use the tools that you have and that you already know.
And don't worry, they won't follow you back, right, Olivia?
Right.
Especially if you're looking at just at a hashtag. I think those were some great points of advice. This has been a wacky year, and I think it will continue to be a little bit of a wacky year in this upcoming year too. So, but most importantly, use these professionals on the screen. They've told you so many times that they are really there to help you through this process, and they really, really are. I'll say also have some fun. This should be a really exciting time in your life, and it can be fun too to search for this brand new home that you are going to get to go spend 4 years at. So with that, I'd like to say thank you so much for joining us tonight. As you close out, today, as you close out, there'll be a quick 4-question survey. So we hope that you'll provide us with some feedback. Sign up for more sessions. There's still one here in an hour, and then again in 2 hours. The recording of this session and all the sessions available will be at strivescan.com/Hawaii. Have a great day, everyone, and good luck with that college search. Bye-bye.